Hey guys, what's cracking? Godspan here, coming at you with the Destined Showdown announcement. It's finally here. We've been talking about this for literal months, baby. And now with Divine Season 2 having finally concluded, Set 5 has been fully revealed, so every deck has proper support and has been released. We now have the full roster of players on our team and on the Destined side team ready to duke it out in a 1v1 winner takes all tournament. Now, I wanted to quickly go over the rules with you guys one time before we head on and start spinning the wheel to figure out our first pairing. So let's get into it. So there's 9 different rules to go over. First rule, there are 2 teams, one for the faded ones, one for the destined ones. Enough said. Rule 2, a player must have a copy of their designated faded or destined one in their ride deck. That means, yes, if you happen to be playing, I don't know, Rezael, you can play Amorta in the main deck, but not in the right deck. You must still actually ride your Fated or Destined one, please. Rule number 3, fights are single elimination until only one team is left standing. Therefore, a team can win if they have 3 players left, 1 player left, all their players left. It doesn't matter. Winning condition is that only one team remains, and it's single elimination up until that point. Now, number 4, matchups are determined at random by spin the wheel. So we are going to be figuring out random pairings. It isn't going to be like the Destined Showdown where the pairings were already set in stone beforehand. And as I'm going to, like, no doubt make sure there's some concessions we have to make compared to the normal Destined Showdown, because if you notice, the Destined Showdown wasn't a single limit, only one team is left standing. Not quite in the same way, because we're actually going to do it to a point where no team members remain. So even if it's like 3 winners on each side, those winners then have to fight each other until only one team is left standing. It's quite like that. Next up, matchups will be recorded like fight nights. There's no time restraints, so the 2 chosen players can play whenever they and I are available. That's pretty self-explanatory. There's not like a 24-hour, 48-hour kind of time limit in these things. Schedules are hard, so we're going to figure out when the 2 players can link up, and that's up to their discretion primarily. After that, matchups are determined at the start of the tourney and then subsequently at the end of every game. If you saw my Fated Clash series, you know how this goes. We're going to be able to determine the first pairing right here, right now, and then after the end of the first round, we spin the wheel for the next round, and then etc, etc, etc. It keeps going like that. That way, it's very candid what wheel spins are, so there's no rigging the pairings or whatever the frick. I'm sure no one would have even thought about that, but I just wanted to keep it extra candid just for y'all, right? For the sake of being more official about it. And then after that, as per the anime rules, side decking against your opponent is allowed. You may also add support revealed during the tournament. Namely, just like it is in the show, you can get Miraculous Gabuelius cards in the middle of the tournament and it will be legal. You can try and throw in Reckless Wings against your opponent if they're playing a better deck than you, and it will be legal. You can receive advice from your teammates off the field, and it will be legal. You cannot receive advice from your teammates on the field. That is illegal.
That is self-explanatory.
Yeah, so again, just wanted to quickly go over all the little nuances there. But the main point is you can side deck against your opponent just like it is in the Fated Clash. And then the final rule is a special rule. Now, as the Destined ones are outnumbered 6-7, should all their players be eliminated from the Destined Showdown, they can return 1 player of their choice to the field of battle. They only gain this benefit once in the tournament, and the decision on which Destined one to return to battle is made only once all 6 are eliminated, granting them the ability to choose their returning champion based on what fated ones happen to remain in the tournament. This is a very good rule because now it is effectively 7-on-7, thus evening the scales. But it does also give the Destined ones a little bit of an advantage. After all, even though we on the Fated ones do happen to have both Drake the Slave and the Fated King of Miracles, we only have 1 big team captain over on the Destined one side, being the Destined King of Infinity Levidras. So in order to help them out, not only do they get to have a 7th player, but this 7th one is one of their own choosing based on the matchups that remain in the tournament. So this should more or less even the odds, I would say. It was kind of difficult to figure out a way to even the odds, but this definitely seemed like the most prudent choice to go with at the end of the day. And so, without any further ado, the rules have been explained. It's time to go to the wheel, baby.
Let's go.
All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the Fated ones here. And as you can hear in the background, I got my boy Noir with me today. He's going to be presiding. He's going to be presiding over the wheel spins, right? I don't do these alone, after all. Now, Who do we got for the faded ones? Who is going to be our forerunner? That's freaking me, dude.
Okay.
That's freaking me. Oh my god. Okay. So,
the same thing happened with our last Fight Night Faded Clash series. Where it just rolls on you every single freaking time.
No. Who do I have to fight? Okay. And then over here to the more edgy Sybil wheel. Who's the destined one? Who's the lucky or unlucky destined one?
Oh?
I have to fight my sister, bro. That's crazy.
We got an anime matchup here.
Wow. All right. So, that's a big start.
Oh, that's a spicy ass start.
That's a big start, bro. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. So, it's official. The opening match for the Destined Showdown is going to be a matchup of siblings as the fated king, Rezael, will be taking on Liael Odium. Well, siblings for the Myodos. They're weird ex-lover. I actually don't know quite what to regard Odium as.
It's complicated.
It's very, it's just cray lore, you know. It's always convoluted.
Yeah.
They can't keep it simple. Not ever since Gear Chronicle. But anyway, that's the pairings right there. And you know, as is tradition, I guess we just ended off with a little bit of a theory. Noir, as the man presiding over this particular wheel spin, who would you give the edge to in this fight?
Oh god. It's hard to say, because while the easy answer would be Rezael, both due to the pilot and because of the deck, and because of the support the deck has gotten, Odium is still a very powerful deck, and as seen in the anime, it does have its way to deal with Rezael's divine skill, should Josh use it before Odium uses a divine skill. So, this matchup is going to be a lot closer than people might think, just because, once again, while considering the player and the support behind the deck, Rezael would have a greater edge. I still think Odium still has much potential, and because apologies to the player behind Odium, I don't remember who it is yet, but
so it's okay, Roxas. We believe in you.
I think he'll do fine.
Yeah,
if you were a bad player.
Yeah, it's we had a little bit of an analogy before doing these wheel spins, right? It's sort of like a chess board in how a lot of our on how the Fate and Destined ones are with each other, right? So the kings are Levidras and Rezael, and their main advantage is that they can move they're omnidirectional, right? So they're very versatile decks, and they're also omnidirectional. They kind of like lead their parties, right? So me and David are sort of like team captains, right? And I mentioned this clearly, is the queen piece is the most powerful piece on the board, right? And I think that the queen pieces are Blankmeyer and Odium, the Dark States decks. They are the queen, and if you guys saw my recent tier list on divine skills, you know that I regard those as the two strongest divine skills in the game currently. That says a lot. So a queen and a king like have to fight each other right off the bat. I did not expect that whatsoever, but it's kind of cool. You know, I gotta admit, wheel kind of cooks, because certainly this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a hell of a match, and people want to see this happen. So, man, honestly, best of luck to my opponent, Roxas, bro. Let's make it a good opening, shall we?
You know what? If nothing else, give us a good fight.
Man.
Both of you. And I honestly, I still believe it's a 50-50 shot. It could really go either way. That's how good both decks are.
And guys, if Fated ones out there who are watching this, if I fall here, remember the captain, remember the Titans.
Oh no, you're getting usurped immediately. I hope you realize that.
Oh god, the Blankmeyer, my son, he'll have to take up the mantle. He'll have to be the new king or something. Fated king.
God knows he's already gotten into that role anyway.
Oh yeah, you know he wants it. Oh, you know he wants it so bad, bro. All right, that's gonna be it for today's video. So look forward to the opening match of the Destined Showdown coming uploaded soon. I'm not sure quite when. I'll have to discuss with Roxas about that ahead of time, but it will be pretty soon, guys. Let's let it be known. So keep your peepers peeled for when that gets uploaded. And with that said, if you do like this content,
notification bell on.
Yeah, that notification bell. Send your fellow content creator already on it, bro. Turn on that notification bell, subscribe, and with that said, take care. God bless y'all.
Peace. Happy fighting.